I just finished saying this very thing to our team. I thought it didn't start off like we wanted, obviously with the turnover, and fortunately we were able to force a 4-and-out. But then I thought as that first quarter continued, we were able to turn the momentum in our favor, and we did a lot of things that were encouraging. We'll look at the tape tomorrow and probably have a little bit clearer picture of how guys did individually. But I thought they played with good energy in all the phases. I thought the kicking game particularly was solid. Our situational football I thought was good. At the end of the half, we were able to get a short field with the punt and then convert it into a field goal. But there'll be a lot of things to coach up on this film, and we'll have time to do it.
Any early impressions of Marcus Davenport?
We'll look at the tape. I mean, I think it would be hard for me to say without us watching it. I think he played 15 to 16 snaps, which was our goal, and we'll see. This is the time of the year to do that, and look, we feel like, he's one of those players that, he does a lot of things well, and he's a threat as a runner. He's one of the faster guys on the field. So he played a good game tonight. He was being double-teamed as one of the core guys in the kicking game, and he made a good play on that to change the field a little bit. Thought pretty good. It's a little bit easier to have an impression on a quarterback than some other positions, but both he and Tom did, I think, a pretty good job.
The ability to bounce back for him after last week, that seems impressive. But was there any worry that maybe he came back?
No, listen, he's got, both of those guys, have a little bit something to them, and I think we expected those guys to play better. And look, so often at that position, it's important that the surrounding cast plays well to allow them to do that.
Before today's through camp and the first two games, was the run defense progressing how you wanted, or is that still?
I think it's still a work in progress. I was disappointed early in the game, particularly with our linebacker play. I didn't think that was very good. We'll watch the film and make the corrections. Excuse me.
Was that any part of the reason Davis and Vaughn were still in there in the second half?
Yeah, we still needed numbers. I mean, they weren't at their pitch count. He's been steady. Yeah, he's smart. He knows our system well, and he had a number of opportunities tonight. So he's competing.
Marcus Williams had the big six tonight. What have you guys seen from him since you've been on the
He's a smart player. He's extremely intelligent, good instincts and ball skills, and so he's one of those players that very quickly can pick up the scheme. He's been a good sign for us. Look, we just felt like it. I felt like just getting some work, and changing up some looks, run, pass. I'm confident enough with our PAT operation, and when you're trying to get snaps for the quarterbacks, which we're trying to do here, there's just more opportunities to look at both that position, more opportunities to look at the running back position, just more snaps to evaluate, and we didn't talk about it. Once we got started, it felt like doing it.
With Carr playing so early, are you guys still competing for roles?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That depth chart is like it written in chalk, or, it's not permanent ink. He's getting a lot of work now. He's back, his second week back after, missing a little time, but I'm encouraged with his progress. And I'm encouraged with his conditioning level. It's gotten better, and he's going to play, a bunch during this week. There'll be a number of guys next week that'll play that maybe are minus snaps because they weren't getting some of the work early in the preseason. Look, just an opportunity to go out there, move the ball, be sharp, for the players around him to feel the tempo with him. You're not going to go through a whole preseason and just start. So it was, regardless of how long you've played, there's still that element of getting out there in a game and everything from our meeting last night, going through the game plan, all the things we would do in a regular season game, we did with the approach to this game.
Was that about the number of plays you expected him to play?
Yeah, what was it? 15, 17, somewhere in there. That was the goal. We had a few, Teron, Drew, we had three or four guys with an early out.
Boston Scott got a decent amount of work. What do you like about him?
I think he's got good balance. I think he's someone that, has got pretty good vision when he runs. And we were trying to get, trying to get JW and Shane Vereen, those three guys, the whole second half. And we'll continue to do that this week and going into the Thursday night game. Oh, those are huge. Those are huge. Yeah. Look, we'll correct the penalties. We'll try to correct, the pre-snap alignment errors. We'll try to correct all of those things, but still, to make a play in a situation like that is important for him.
Sean, how good was it to see your team function in the final 2 minutes of the first half? Because you guys work on that so much.
Well, we were able to, we rushed the punter on that last snap, and so we rushed 8. We forced an early punt, and he didn't hit it well. So very quickly, the field position with, call it a minute, 30-some, all of a sudden we have advantageous field position, and we were able to move it in and get a field goal. Those type of things in the regular season are significant. So I thought we handled some of those situations better tonight than maybe we certainly spent a lot of time on them.
Might be impossible to answer, but 3 weeks in, Pistons that you guys are rushing all 3 weeks, is there a potential of a situation where you had like imagery or the same come through at the same time, including uses of athleticism in that?
Well, one of the things we've always tried to do is look at our personnel and try to do the things that we feel like they do very well, and we haven't gotten that far relative to packages. He's a good football player, and there's something he brings to the team, that carries and permeates through the sideline when you see, a quarterback who's down making a tackle, is one of the faster players on your coverage units. There's a spirit about him that I think is contagious and good. And I think that those are real good traits.
So you talked about playing with Sean this last couple of weeks, spring season what's been like for you?
We've had, listen, Anthony and I obviously have worked together before in Dallas with Bill, and we've had 2 good years now of 3 days, full padded, shoulder pads, and then walkthroughs, and both teams, handled themselves really well. It benefits both of us, and I think both teams understand that, and I think the relationship between the staffs is good, and you see it in the type of work we got. I think it's something that benefits both teams, so hopefully it's something we can continue to do. For us, it's a good chance to get out of the heat a little bit. I know they thought it was hot here, and I think it's all relative. It is all relative, I don't think. But it's good work. It's good to get different looks and practice with someone after you've been working against each other for quite a while. Go ahead. No, listen, we'll go back and look at it. We had one Emmy with a route combination. The throw kind of hung on him. But before we start dissecting plays, we literally just got off the field. So we'll look at the tape and make the corrections. And it was good to see him get out there and then bounce back and get a good drive under our belt and score. Thanks.